Hi, this isn't one of my pictures, but I thought it was nice. One of my family members has been on holiday recently and took this picture, and it looks like the sky is blending with the sea. I've written a little bit about Katherine Mansfield's prose poem Pulmonary Tuberculosis for my thesis, and I thought I'd yap about it here. I then looked at some of her verse poems as well. I picked the pulmonary tuberculosis one mainly because it kind of fits with the theme of the project, which is about chronic illness, but as I looked at it more, I realised there was more to it. So, there's a sense of the city's dialogue in this poem, with speech replaced by coughing. The man in the room next to mine has the same complaint as I. When I wake in the night, I hear him turning, and then he coughs and I cough, and after a silence, I cough and he coughs again. This goes on for a long time until I feel we are like two roosters calling to each other at false dawn from faraway hidden farms. The short poem takes place within a box, with short sentences providing little room for the reader to take a breath while thinking about coughing, mirroring the content. The box suggests a limitation of time, which is developed by the near homophone of cough and coffin. The hospital/sanatorium is a micro-city where each room is attached to another room, or sometimes there is a shared area of multiple beds. This is akin to houses in neat rows in streets, where each bed represents a different story, but one with shared air and possibly shared ailments. Mansfield was likely correct in her assumption that the man in the next room also had TB, as she was in a sanatorium, I think, yet their conditions could be at completely different stages. The rooster is known for their dawn wake-up call. The imagery here suggests a disjointed rhythm to time in the presence of potential death in that silence. The dialogue stretches beyond the room/city through the imaginative association of the rooster and farmyards. We are then in dialogue with nature and mythology. For example, the rooster is the 10th sign of the lunar Chinese zodiac, an allusion to the moon's present through the long night. In Greek mythology, the rooster is linked to the sun god Helios, with Alectryon, meaning rooster, who was tasked by Ares to stand outside his bedroom door while he was with Aphrodite, but he fell asleep, leading to the couple being discovered. There is perhaps also an allusion to a preferred form of an encounter with a man in a bedchamber. If you consider the alternative name for a rooster as cock, and the sound cock-a-doodle-doo, where do might represent Dorothea. This is perhaps further suggested by the homophone of cough and calf, the 11th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which means palm of hand, bowl, or sole of foot, which has vessel connotations. There is no suggestion of a hierarchy between Katherine and the man in the adjacent room suggested by the prose poem's box. The rooms are on the same level, horizontal, laying down, the same as a sentence, except that she is the narrator of their shared story and therefore has agency. I will continue.